I saw something very, very disturbing recently, and some people thought this was a joke and it was funny, but I found it rather disturbing and odd. So you may have heard of something, it was a meme that went on recently called the goonicide. Now, if you're a little older and don't know what that means, gooning is basically masturbating, but not nutting. That's from my understanding. Just having like a really long session to get as much dopamine out of masturbation as possible. And if you guys know what dopamine is your feel-good hormone. So anytime you do something that makes you feel good, you gain dopamine. That's why so many people go on this thing called a dopamine detox, which a dopamine detox is something where you cut out all the easy dopamine, like junk food, social media, and you get your dopamine from things like working out, reading. So when I saw this goonicide thing, this guy basically committed goonicide, that's how I have to say it on YouTube, because he was caught gooning at a bikini barista bar where I guess these girls, it's basically like a Hooters coffee place, and he took his life because he was embarrassed because she was filming him while he had his pants down at a drive-thru. A lot of people saw this clip and thought, this guy just got caught whacking it in public. Oh my god, that's so funny. What people don't know is, yeah, that guy had a wife and kids and stuff and still took his own life because he couldn't control his urges. And it makes me kind of sad that people took it the wrong way and made it such a meme. Obviously, it's, you know, for the kids, it's funny, but I don't think that shit's funny to me. That was a grown man with a wife and kids. And people will still say, oh yeah, it's okay to watch porn. It's okay for men not to try to be the greatest version of themselves. Do you think that guy would have been at that bikini barista place if he was fully in his masculinity, trying to become the greatest version of himself, chasing a better him every day? No, that dude would not have taken his life. He wouldn't have tainted his family's legacy forever. And it's sad, like, how people perceived it. People were just making it a joke, but for me, it was so disturbing to me to see that, because I know that guy's life could have been saved if he watched one of my videos. And I have a new purpose: to let men reclaim their masculinity, reclaim that fire inside them, to become the main character of their life and achieve more. I'm tired of seeing shit like that. That guy had a wife and fucking kids. Now his wife is a widow and his kids are fatherless because of the modern addictions that men have to go through. Because the battles that we don't speak about. Yeah, we all point at him and laugh, but all of us have watched porn before. All of us have jerked off to porn like a bunch of fucking idiots. And you know what's crazy? If you keep going down that rabbit hole, you could end up in that guy's shoes very well, with a wife and kids, still watching fucking porn, still following your addictions. My thing is, for a lot of us young men who are in between, you know, the age of 18 to 25, do you see yourself realistically in 5 years still watching porn, still eating junk food, still doing all the bad habits? Like, what actually would happen if you never change? Where do you see yourself? Because a lot of us, this shit's a lot deeper than just, oh, escaping the matrix. No, we need this shit. It saves our life, because if we don't get past these bad habits, we will die, not actually from the fucking taking our own lives, but we'll commit a mental unalive. We'll mentally unalive ourselves. Because living a life where we do all the bad habits, not unlocking our potential, not trying at anything, not having a goal to strive for, is no life at all. It's not a life worth living to any of us. Living like a fucking worm, another cog in the machine, that's not where we want to be. We must become the greatest version of ourselves. As I just said, the reason that man unalived was probably because he lacked a lot of purpose inside of himself, and he fell to his vices. He fell to the modern addictions. And people say, oh yeah, it's okay for men to do this, it's okay for men to do that. Be comfortable. If that guy was going through extreme discomfort, if he really put himself through challenges all the time, no fucking way he would be doing some weird shit like that. The reason he does that is because he needs his dopamine release. He needs to get his uncomfortability from some stupid shit like that. It's so fucking sad. And all these retards will go online and go, oh, let's laugh at him together. No, bro. That's concerning. Of course, we can all laugh at him, but in my opinion, that shit's way more concerning than that. Because, in my opinion, if I kept going down the path I was going down, no one's gonna admit this shit to you. None of these guys doing these car talks have any stories. I'm telling you, that could have very well been fucking me at one point, when I couldn't control my addictions to porn, to comfort. You never know, right? Obviously, I couldn't go that extreme, but I may have been one of the people who was so lost that I did some dumb shit like that. If I never found self-improvement, never started chasing the greatest version of myself, I could have been a weak man committing the fucking goonocide with that guy. Obviously, I wouldn't go down that far in that rabbit hole. But regardless, I could have, and you never know if I kept going down the path of more and more comfort. Because comfort is the killer of man. Masculinity is so fucked up right now. Because they say masculinity is being emotionally intelligent, doing all this. Fuck that, bro. You know damn well what masculinity is. In the way of the superior man, it describes it as this. Men are very purpose-driven. You love the feeling of achievement and goal. That's what masculinity is. Chasing something. Why you feel so good after you complete a workout is the achievement. Or while you're chasing a meaningful goal, that is the masculine feeling. Chasing the goal and achieving and conquering. Masculinity was never meant to be comfortable. That's why comfort is the killer of man. You need to actively put discomfort into your life. If you don't, you will always feel lost. Why so many men feel lost and how it leads to them doing dumb shit like the goonocide is because the lack of purpose through discomfort. Because suffering gives you the purpose. And suffering gave me purpose as well. I never understood how I felt so comfortable recently. I did a bodybuilding prep. I was so purposeful and I was suffering. I was doing 90 minutes of Stairmaster, dying with no carbs in my body. And mind you, this is from someone who's the most comfortable person ever. If you rewinded 3 years, I was playing video games, doing 24-hour Fortnite stream challenges. I went from that to doing 90 minutes of Stairmaster, right? And guess what? When I was living the comfortable life, playing Fortnite for 24 hours, living an easy life, an easy existence where I didn't have to talk to people, I hated myself. I didn't want to be on this earth. I hated my life. But when I actually was suffering, doing 90 minutes of Stairmaster, I loved my life. I loved chasing the goal. And I realized recently for me, I just have so much comfort in my life. You know, I was doing the self-improvement habits, but there was nothing really challenging me. So that's why I decided recently to do another bodybuilding prep to take my mind to that next level. The purpose is in the suffering. Yes, I'm attempting to be a natural pro at 19. Yes, I'm attempting to be a 3-time teen bodybuilding champion, but that's not why I do it. The whole point is the suffering. The suffering gives you the fulfillment. Nothing that's worth doing has no suffering. If shit was easy, everyone would have it. The reason why the top tier men always succeed and they're the most masculine guys is because they went through a lot of suffering to get the thing they want. That's why a Lambo is so valuable, because all the people with a Lambo, of course there's some daddy's money guys who just, you know, generational wealth. But for the people who earned it, why we all think it's fucking lit to have a Lambo is because no one else can have that shit. Because you know that man suffered. So the value is in the suffering. Because suffering is what gives you purpose. And suffering will actually save your life. Because comfort kills you. And it's scary. Tying back to the original point of this video, this guy would still be walking around with kids and a family if he started chasing the greatest version of himself and didn't choose comfort. Why I say at the end of every single one of my videos, choose tomorrow's growth over today's comfort, because comfort kills you. I can't drill this enough, and it's meaningful. I'm tired of seeing shit like this happen, you know. It's sad. I actually was genuinely, when I saw it, I didn't laugh at all. I showed it to a friend and went, no, this isn't funny. Like, this is concerning. This cannot be the future of men in our society. Like, I felt like I needed to action on it. I needed to save people. It just scared me. I needed to strive, turn as many people who watch these talks to the greatest version of themselves. Honestly, this shit means more to me than anything. This is my mission. This is my purpose. I wake up every morning thinking about this now, how I can change as many people's lives who watch these videos. I have 491 subscribers, but guess what? Out of those 491 people, if even one person sees this and they start chasing the greatest version of themselves and start becoming more masculine through chasing purpose, getting discomfort into their lives to progress themselves forward, actively suffering to progress their self-improvement, that shit would mean the world to me. Because I know I'm changing the world and saving lives. Because I know when I was at that desk playing Fortnite 24 hours a day, I wish a motherfucker like me would pop out of the YouTube recommendations and tell me to be more masculine and chase that greatest version of myself. Because you know, when you're not suffering, you're in this comfortable state and you feel lost and you're scared to go in on your self-improvement, you know that you are missing the suffering, chasing the best version of yourself. Because chasing the best version of yourself always requires suffering, but that's the beauty of it. And yeah, big rant today. Honestly, this video probably was my most important video, and I hope this reaches as many people as it possibly can. This shit means the most to me out of anything. And yeah, guys, that's it for today. Sacrifice today's comfort for tomorrow's growth. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.